All right. So we're back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
And today we're going to be talking about something I think a lot of people are interested in.
Yeah.
Which is this idea of working less and earning more.
Right.
Who wouldn't want that?
Sounds like a dream.
And you sent me some fascinating material that digs into this.
Yeah.
And one of the things that really struck me was this analogy of multiplying water
Okay.
as a way to boost income. Have you ever heard that before?
I haven't heard it phrased quite like that, but the concept of multiplying your efforts definitely rings a bell.
Yeah, and it's not about, like literally creating more water or more hours in the day.
Right.
It's about shifting your focus from just trading your time for money to creating something that can generate income even when you're not actively working.
Yeah, like creating a system or an asset that works for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that really ties into this idea of diversifying income streams, right?
Absolutely. Instead of just relying on one source of income, you're creating multiple streams that can flow in even when you're not actively working on one particular thing.
It's almost like planting seeds that continue to grow and bear fruit, even while you're tending to other parts of the garden.
I love that analogy. It really paints a vivid picture of how this works.
Have you ever felt stuck in that trading hours for dollars cycle?
Oh, absolutely. Especially early in my career, it felt like I was constantly chasing my tail, just trying to keep up with the demands of my job.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to that feeling.
For sure.
And this material really challenges us to rethink that whole model.
It does. It's like it's giving us permission to break free from that traditional way of thinking about work and income.
And one of the key concepts it introduces is this idea of shifting from selling hours to buying hours.
Now, that's an intriguing way to put it.
What exactly does that mean in a practical sense?
Well, it's about making strategic investments in your time and resources so that you can ultimately free up more of your time.
So, for example, you might invest in learning a new skill that could increase your earning potential.
Exactly. Or you could invest in technology or tools that automate tasks, freeing up your time for more valuable activities.
Or even delegating tasks to others, right?
Absolutely. That's a huge part of buying time, learning to leverage the skills and talents of others.
It's like building a team that allows you to multiply your efforts and achieve more than you ever could on your own.
That's a great way to think about it. It's about working smarter, not harder.
And what's fascinating is that this concept applies beyond traditional employment.
Right.
Think about online businesses, for instance.
They can generate income even while you're sleeping, which is incredible.
Right. Or consider the growing field of automation.
Yes.
By leveraging AI and other technologies, we can automate tasks that used to consume countless hours.
And reclaim that time for ourselves, which is so valuable.
Sounds like putting those hours back in your pocket, right?
I like that, yeah.
Instead of constantly feeling like you're running out of time, you're finding ways to create more of it.
Exactly. It's about shifting from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset when it comes to time.
Now, this source even goes so far as to challenge the popular notion of the 4-day work week.
Really?
Yeah, and it argues that while a 4-day work week offers more leisure time, it still operates within that framework of trading time for money.
I see. So it's not a true solution to the problem of wanting to work less?
Exactly, and instead this source promotes what it calls a 70x queer mentality.
Okay, now that definitely caught my attention, 70x queer. What exactly does that mean?
Well, it sounds a little provocative.
It does.
But the core idea is about cultivating a mindset of continuous hustle, innovation, and a relentless pursuit of value creation.
Okay, so it's not about literally working 70 hours a week or anything like that.
Not necessarily, no.
It's about pushing yourself, about constantly looking for ways to improve and grow.
Exactly. It's about adopting an entrepreneurial mindset and always looking for opportunities to create value and generate income.
I can get behind that.
And it's interesting how this source emphasizes the importance of mindset.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about tactics and strategies.
Right.
It's about truly believing in the possibility of working less while earning more.
Absolutely. Belief is so powerful it can either hold you back or propel you forward.
If you don't believe it's possible, you're probably not going to even try.
Exactly. It's like you're setting yourself up for failure before you even begin.
And speaking of taking action, this source also stresses the importance of having clear systems and processes in place.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's not enough to just work hard. You need to work smart.
Efficiency is key, especially if you want to work less.
And having solid systems allows you to streamline your efforts, automate tasks,
Right.
and leverage your time and energy more effectively.
Which is where technology comes in, right?
Exactly.
It's like having a whole team of virtual assistants working for you 24/7.
And this source doesn't shy away from the potential downsides of resisting technological advancements.
Yeah.
It even uses this phrase analog brain to describe the danger of clinging to outdated ways of thinking in an increasingly digital world.
I've definitely seen that in some industries.
Yeah, it's a pretty stark reminder that we need to adapt and evolve.
Absolutely. The world is changing so rapidly, those who don't keep up will be left behind.
But it's not about becoming a slave to technology, right?
Right. It's about understanding its power and leveraging it in a way that enhances your life, not controls it.
Finding that balance.
Exactly.
And speaking of balance, this source brings up an interesting example of a company that maybe missed the mark in that regard.
Oh, really? Which one?
Jaguar, the car company.
Okay.
And this source critiques their recent marketing campaign as a symbol of misplaced values.
How so?
Well, it argues that they were trying too hard to appeal to trends while losing sight of their core identity.
It's easy to fall into that trap, trying to be everything to everyone.
And it's a cautionary tale for any business or individual. In our quest to stay relevant and adapt to changing times, we need to be careful not to lose sight of our core values and what makes us unique.
Authenticity is key. People can spot a fake a mile away.
Have you noticed any other brands or industries making similar missteps?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It seems like it's a delicate balance between staying true to your roots and evolving with the times.
It really is. And it's something that every business and individual needs to navigate carefully.
Which brings us to a crucial point that this source keeps circling back to.
What's that?
The value equation.
Okay.
It's not just about working hard.
Uh-huh.
It's about becoming so good at what you do that people are willing to pay a premium for your skills and services.
That's where the real leverage lies, right?
Exactly. As you increase your value, you naturally increase your earning potential,
Right.
which in turn allows you to work less while charging more.
It's a win-win situation.
It's like a virtuous cycle.
I like that.
Invest in your skills, increase your value, work less, earn more, repeat.
It sounds almost too good to be true.
But it's important to remember that building real value takes time and effort.
Right. It's not about overnight success or get-rich-quick schemes.
It's about consistent dedication to honing your craft, providing exceptional service, and becoming a true expert in your chosen field.
It's about playing the long game.
And for our listeners out there, I have a question for you. What are you doing to actively increase your value in your field or personal life?
Yeah. Are you taking courses, reading books, networking with others?
These are all valuable investments in your future.
And they can pay off in ways you might not even imagine right now.
So you've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive.
We have.
We've explored the importance of shifting from selling hours to buying hours.
Right.
Adopting an entrepreneurial mindset.
Yes.
Leveraging technology.
Absolutely.
And focusing on value creation.
It's been a great conversation so far.
But there's so much more to unpack.
There is.
And I'm excited to continue this conversation in our next segment.
Me too. I can't wait to see where this goes.
Awesome. Stay tuned.
All right. Yeah, it's been a really thought-provoking conversation so far.
Absolutely. And I think this next point is crucial.
Okay.
You know, this source doesn't just talk about strategies and tactics.
Right.
It really hammers home the importance of mindset.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about knowing the steps.
Yeah.
It's about truly believing in the possibility of a different way of working and living.
Yeah. And that's so often the missing piece, isn't it?
Totally. It's like those limiting beliefs become these invisible barriers.
Right.
Holding you back from even trying.
Exactly.
This source directly challenges that.
Yeah.
Pushing us to question those assumptions and open our minds to new possibilities.
It's like rewiring your thinking, right?
Exactly.
Moving from a scarcity mindset to one of abundance.
Yes.
Believing that there's enough to go around, that you can create the life you want, and that success doesn't have to come at the expense of your time and well-being.
Such a powerful shift in perspective.
It really is.
And this source connects it beautifully to the idea of buying time. It's not just about saving time.
Right.
It's about investing it in ways that create more freedom and flexibility down the line.
It's like you're planting seeds for your future self.
Exactly.
And those seeds can grow into something amazing.
So how do you actually buy time? in a practical sense?
Well, it doesn't have to be complicated or expensive.
Okay.
It could be as simple as identifying tasks you can delegate to others.
Okay.
Whether it's hiring a virtual assistant,
Yeah.
outsourcing household chores, or even asking a family member for help.
So it's about being strategic about where you focus your energy
Exactly.
and letting go of the need to do everything yourself.
Which can be a big challenge for a lot of people.
Definitely.
But it's so liberating once you learn to let go.
This is.
And it's also about investing in tools and technologies that automate tasks,
Yeah.
streamline processes, and free up your time. Think about all the apps and software available today
Oh my gosh, so many.
that can help you manage your finances, schedule appointments, organize your to-do list, and so much more.
It's like having a whole team of virtual assistants working behind the scenes 24/7.
And this source doesn't hold back on the importance of adapting to this digital landscape.
Yeah.
It even uses this phrase, analog brain,
Right.
to describe the danger of clinging to outdated ways of thinking in an increasingly digital world.
It's a wake-up call for sure.
It is. Digital literacy is no longer optional.
Yeah.
It's essential for success in almost every field.
So it's not just about knowing how to use social media or send an email.
Right.
It's about understanding how technology is shaping the world around us and being willing to adapt and evolve.
It's about developing a digital mindset,
Yeah.
a comfort with technology, and a willingness to experiment and learn new things.
Totally.
And it's about recognizing the incredible opportunities that technology creates for working smarter, not harder.
Absolutely. This source even highlights the potential of digital marketing, e-commerce, and passive income streams.
Right.
It's like building a business that can generate income even while you sleep.
It's a powerful concept, and there are so many examples of this in action today.
There really are.
From online courses and digital products to affiliate marketing and drop shipping,
Yeah.
there are countless ways to leverage the power of the internet to create income streams that don't require you to be physically present.
It's like planting a money tree that continues to bear fruit even while you're off exploring the world.
I love that image.
But this source also stresses the importance of continuous learning, not just in the technical sense,
Right.
but in all areas of life.
Yeah, it's about being a lifelong learner,
Absolutely.
constantly seeking out new knowledge and expanding your horizons.
And this source talks about reading beyond just books.
Oh, interesting.
Reading people, environments, situations.
It's about developing your emotional intelligence
Yeah.
and your awareness of the world around you.
It's like becoming a student of life,
I like that.
constantly observing, absorbing, and growing.
And the more you learn, the more you know,
Yeah.
the more valuable you become. Knowledge is power. And in today's rapidly changing world,
Yeah.
it's more important than ever to stay ahead of the curve.
This source even goes so far as to talk about editing,
Editing.
not just in the traditional sense of words on a page,
Right.
but editing your environment,
Okay.
the people you surround yourself with,
Interesting.
even your own thoughts and beliefs.
Wow, that's taking it to a whole new level.
It's almost like consciously curating your life experience.
It is. It's about taking control of your destiny
Yeah.
rather than letting circumstances dictate your path,
And it's about recognizing that you have the power to shape your reality.
which is a very empowering thought.
It is.
This source also emphasizes the importance of programming,
Programming, like computer programming.
not in the sense of computer code,
Okay.
but programming your time, your destiny, and even the way others perceive you.
Isn't that a little manipulative?
It's not about manipulation in a negative sense.
Okay.
It's about understanding how perception works
Yeah.
and how to communicate effectively to create the outcomes you desire.
Okay.
It's about taking responsibility for your actions and their impact on the world around you.
So it's about using your influence for good, for
Exactly.
creating positive change,
Right.
and for inspiring others to achieve their full potential.
And a key part of that is learning to delegate
Uh,
and letting go of the need to control every aspect of your work or business.
this source talks about the importance of building a strong team
Yeah.
and investing in people who can help you achieve your goals.
It's about recognizing that you don't have to do everything yourself,
Right.
and that sometimes the best way to scale your impact is to leverage the skills and talents of others.
It's about building a team of people who share your vision
Yes.
and who are passionate about the work you're doing.
And trusting them to do their best work,
Yeah.
even when you're not looking over their shoulder.
It's about creating a culture of empowerment and collaboration
Absolutely.
where everyone feels valued and supported.
And this source provides some really interesting examples of businesses and industries that are either embracing or resisting technological disruption.
Yeah, it's fascinating to see how some companies are clinging to outdated models,
Right.
while others are innovating and adapting at lightning speed.
The ones who are willing to embrace change and leverage technology are the ones who will thrive in the long run.
It's like that Darwinian principle of survival of the fittest, but
Exactly.
applied to the business world.
And this source even goes so far as to critique the car company Jaguar's recent marketing campaign,
Oh, yeah.
arguing that it's a symptom of a broader cultural trend that's out of touch with reality.
It's interesting how this source connects individual choices about work and lifestyle
Right.
to larger societal trends.
It's like saying that our personal decisions have a ripple effect
Yeah.
and can influence the direction of society as a whole.
And for those looking to break free from traditional employment
Yeah.
and pursue a more entrepreneurial path, this source offers some valuable advice. Well, it emphasizes the importance of taking calculated risks,
Okay.
being willing to experiment,
Yeah.
and learning from both successes and failures.
It's about embracing the uncertainty and challenges that come with entrepreneurship
Right.
and viewing them as opportunities for growth and learning.
It's about having a growth mindset,
Exactly.
believing that you can learn and adapt,
Yeah.
and that even setbacks can be valuable learning experiences.
And it's about being patient and persistent.
Yeah,
Success rarely happens overnight,
for sure.
and it often takes time to build a sustainable business or career.
This source also stresses the importance of generating value for others, not just focusing on your own personal gain.
It's about finding a way to make a positive impact on the world,
Absolutely.
to solve problems and to create solutions that benefit others.
It's about aligning your work with your values
Yeah.
and using your skills and talents to make a difference.
It's about finding your purpose and pursuing it with passion and integrity.
This source encourages listeners to be bold.
Yeah. To take action
Uh-huh.
and to not let fear hold them back from pursuing their dreams.
It's about recognizing that fear is often a sign that you're on the right track,
Right.
that you're pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone
Yes.
and into new territory.
It's about believing in yourself and your ability to create the life you want, even if it means stepping outside of the familiar
Right.
and embracing the unknown.
It's been an incredibly insightful discussion so far.
It really has.
And I'm eager to hear what this source has to say about actually putting these principles into practice.
You do.
I have a feeling there's even more to unpack in this next section.
I think you're right. All right. So we've talked a lot about mindset and strategies for working less and earning more, but how do we actually put this into practice?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is, and the source emphasizes that it's not about finding some magic shortcut or loophole.
Right.
It's about a fundamental shift in your approach to work and how you value your time. It's about working smarter, not just harder.
Exactly. And this source uses a really interesting example to illustrate that point.
Oh, what is it?
It talks about a shopping mall that actually raised its prices
Wow, really?
and made other changes to intentionally attract a more affluent clientele.
Interesting. So they were going for quality over quantity.
Exactly. And it highlights the power of positioning and value perception.
Yeah, if you want to attract higher paying clients, you need to position yourself accordingly.
By creating a premium experience,
Right.
they were able to attract customers who were willing to pay more for higher quality.
Makes sense.
And it makes you think about that common phrase, you get what you pay for.
Absolutely.
If you're constantly undervaluing yourself and your services, you're going to attract clients who are only focused on the lowest price,
Yeah, not necessarily the best value.
which can create a race to the bottom.
Right, where you're constantly working harder and harder for less and less.
And that's the opposite of what we're trying to achieve here.
Exactly.
How do you break out of that cycle?
Well, this source lays out a really practical approach.
Okay.
First, focus on filling your schedule with clients,
Okay.
even if you're not charging premium rates initially.
So it's about getting your foot in the door,
Right.
building a reputation,
Yeah.
and gaining experience.
Exactly. Then, as you start to generate results and build a track record of success,
Wow.
you can gradually increase your prices.
And as your value increases,
Yeah.
you can become more selective about the clients you work with,
Right. Choosing those who are a good fit for your expertise and your values.
creating those win-win situations
Absolutely.
where you're providing exceptional service to clients who are happy to pay for it.
And that allows you to work less while earning more.
Sounds like a pretty sweet deal.
It is. And it's not just about the money either.
Right. It's about finding that sweet spot
Yeah.
where you're doing work you enjoy
Mhm.
for clients you respect
Right.
and being compensated fairly for your time and expertise.
That's the dream.
And this source emphasizes that achieving this level of success requires continuous learning and personal growth,
Right.
not just in your professional field,
Yeah.
but in all areas of life.
It's about becoming a well-rounded individual,
Absolutely.
constantly expanding your knowledge, skills, and perspectives.
Which can involve everything from reading books and taking courses to attending conferences, traveling, and simply engaging in meaningful conversations with people from diverse backgrounds.
It's about being a lifelong learner.
Always curious.
Yeah.
Always seeking new knowledge and experiences.
And for those who are feeling stuck or unsure how to make a change,
Yeah.
this source offers some really encouraging advice.
What's that?
Start small.
Okay.
Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight.
Right.
Focus on one specific area where you want to improve
Uh-huh.
and take consistent action towards your goal.
Break it down into smaller steps.
Exactly.
Celebrate your progress along the way.
And most importantly,
Yeah.
be patient and persistent.
Change takes time.
It does.
It's rarely a linear process.
It's about embracing the journey with all its twists and turns
Yeah.
and trusting that you'll eventually reach your destination.
And this source reminds us to be bold, to take calculated risks, and to not let fear hold us back from pursuing our passions.
Yeah, fear is a natural part of growth.
It is, but it's important to not let it paralyze you.
It's about taking that leap of faith and seeing what's possible.
It's about believing in yourself and your ability to create the life you want, even if it means stepping outside of the familiar and embracing the unknown.
Well said.
So we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into the world of working less and earning more.
We have.
And it's clear that it's not a one-size-fits-all solution,
Right.
but there are some universal principles that can guide us on this journey.
Absolutely.
It's about shifting our mindset, embracing technology, valuing our time, and building a life that aligns with our values and goals.
It's about working smarter, not harder.
And ultimately, it's about creating a life that allows us to work less, earn more, and live with greater purpose and fulfillment.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So what did you think of this deep dive? What resonated with you? And most importantly, what are you going to do to start working less and earning more? Let us know in the comments. And until next time, keep diving deep.